Hey everybody, so a few days ago I saw Cinderella, the new 2015 movie, and I absolutely loved it. If you guys have seen it, let me know, because I imagine that it's very popular in general. It was just really well done. As I always do when I get obsessed with a new movie, I wanted to recreate it on my nails, and so this is what I've done. I really liked the quote, "Have courage and be kind," and so that's what I've done for the thumbs. I hope you like it, and if you do, please thumbs up and subscribe, and enjoy the tutorial. Alright, so after applying a base coat, paint your ring finger a dark blue, and the same with your thumbs. Then paint the rest of your nails with a light blue. This colour doesn't have to be completely opaque. In fact, it's best to just do one coat because what we're going to do is sponge over it, so we want it to dry really fast. While it's doing that, we're going to paint on the glass slipper. I'm going to use a really thin brush and some white polish to get the basic shape right. Then I'll add more details after that. When I was in high school, I did painting, and I learned that there are so many different colours in a glass. Like, I was painting these green glasses for my assignment, but in the green glass you could see orange and purple and yellow and green and, I don't know, every colour you could think of. And so that's how I thought of these glass slippers. I wanted to see every colour inside them. I found silver, white, dark blue, light blue, a little bit of purple and pink. And so that's how you've got to look at this design when you're doing it. It's not a step by step, I can't tell you exactly how to do it, but if you can find a picture online, I'll link to one down below. Just look at the colours in it and then try to recreate it onto your nail. And obviously it won't be perfect, mine is far from perfect, but even if you get a slight resemblance, you're doing well. If this is a bit tricky for you, that's totally fine, just do a silhouette or else just skip this nail altogether. Although it is pretty cool to have a glass slipper on your nail. I'll just fast forward through the rest of the slipper part. That gold is a butterfly at the end of her shoe. And you'll see I'll use some dark blue to sort of fine up the shoe's edges and make sure it's just the right shape. Hyper fast forwarding through this part, and you'll see the finished look soon. I think I changed a little bit off camera, but not much. Alright, so now I've switched over to the other hand, and what I'm going to do is paint on a C. You'll see first that it gets a bit too thick, but I have some sneaky ways to make it look nice and thin, and just like the C in the logo. I'm using white polish and a really thin brush, and no, I'm not ambidextrous, but I do a video all about how to make painting with your non-dominant hand a little bit easier, so I'll link to that down below. This next part isn't really necessary. This is the first time I've done these Cinderella nails, so I just kind of made it up as I went along. I did some orange and some yellow in it first and then added gold, but by the time I got to the gold I realised the first two colours were not needed, so just so you know I did put in orange and yellow first, but yeah, the gold is the most important part. To get the shape of the C really nice, grab the dark blue polish you used initially for this nail, and use that to sort of shape around the edges of the nail to make sure it's nice and smooth and sharp at the places it needs to be. Here's how that nail turned out. Alright, now it's time for the writing. This is not easy, and this is probably the best writing I've ever actually done. I was really proud of this, especially this hand. What you need is a really thin brush and your nail polish. I don't normally use acrylic paint for much nail art, but you might find that easier. And you just really slowly want to paint on the lettering. The best way to make this look nice is to have the font and the style of writing in there already laid out in front of you. I found this cool thing on We Heart It, there where it said like the actual words "have courage" and "be kind," and I looked at that font and sort of based this design on that, so I'll link to that down below as well. Once you've done that, grab a dark blue again and a tiny brush and go around the edges and tidy them up just like we did with the C. And yeah, if you thought that was hard, try doing the other hand now. And yeah, that was hard. That took a long time, but I really liked them in the end. And this is how they turned out. Okay, for that with 3 nails on each hand, we're going to do this sort of spongy technique. But instead of using a sponge, we're going to use an eyeshadow applicator. You can buy these really cheap from $2 shops, and that's where I got mine from. I'm dabbing a couple of drops of each polish onto my palette. Then I'm dabbing my eyeshadow applicator into it. Dab the applicator all over your nail, making sure the darker side is on the side that's next to the glass slipper, so it sort of matches that dark background, and then fades out to a lighter colour on the edges. Do a couple of coats. Now this makes quite a mess for your cuticles on that, so it's best to clean that up straight away before you move on. So I'm just using some nail polish remover and a small brush to remove the excess. And here's how they're looking right now. You could leave them just like this, or like me, you could add in a little bit of magic. What I've done next is got some white polish in a really thin brush again, and made some little stars that go all over the nails. Then add in some curvy lines of dots. I see this as being the fairy godmother's magic. Now add in a few more dots with some silver nail polish. Add a dab of glitter polish over top of the stars. Then carefully place some chunkier glitter nail polish onto the nail with a dotting tool. I added a bit of glitter nail polish to all the nails. All that's left to do now is to apply a top coat and enjoy your sparkly nails. I hope you guys liked this video, and if you did, please remember to subscribe to my channel, it helps me out heaps, and thumbs up this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week.